you know, it's motorcycle vlogging time. Just want to talk about some, the interesting things that have been going on the past couple weeks. I've actually, it's funny, is I recorded like 3 of these. And what inevitably happens is I record them and then I never bother editing them or doing anything with them. Come on, turn green, turn green. I don't want to have to stop. These are annoying light. So I end up recording them, and then like half the stuff I talk about, by the time I get around to editing it, it's out of date. Or I'm just generally not happy with the video. And it's, you know, just how it is, I guess. I don't know. I'm still trying to get my bearings for doing this sort of thing. I actually have a whole, like, 2 hours of footage of a riding a couple weeks ago with some of my friends that I eventually need to edit. My bike is dirty and dusty out today. Well, we're gonna hop on the 15 North and deal with this traffic. I know there's a bunch of construction going on at some of these exits and stuff here. And it really has things slowed down. And I have tried to find a faster way home from work every day, because it's the route that I take. And I have found a different route. It's only marginally faster, but I never get out of like 3rd gear because it's 25 miles an hour speed limit the whole way. Whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, construction going slow, kind of a pain in the butt. And the worst part is, like, southbound right now is going at a pretty good pace because everyone's going north to leave downhill home. It's just like, I can never win. Can never win. People like to race by in that lane. Like, you're not gonna achieve anything. The lane ends. So yeah, some cool stuff that's coming up. As of recording this, BattleBots has officially started. I obviously didn't get on a team, and really with everything going on with work and everything, I really wouldn't have the time to be on a team as much as I would love to be on a team. That's like one of my life goals, is to get on a BattleBots teams. Like, it's dream right there. But I have talked to a couple people, and very much may happen next year. We'll kind of see where things go in these upcoming weeks, months. Speaking of upcoming months, next month, November 19th, I'm actually going to be working with several people from BattleBots and other, supposed to be people from BattleBots, and a local high school. We're putting on an event called Titanic Takedown. We're going to have ant weight, that's 1 pound robots. We're going to have ferry weight, that's 150 gram robots. We're going to have beetle weights, that's 3 pound robots. And we're introducing, it's technically a new weight class. Other organizations have done something similar, but we are going to try our own version of 1 pound, and it's ant weight, battle boats. Yes, battle boats. If you're thinking like, oh, like those RC battleships with BB guns or water hoses and stuff. No. Picture like a 1 pound BattleBot, but it floats. That's what we're doing. We've got the lineup is ridiculous. We've got one robot named Meth Gator, and it looks like one of those airboats you would see down in like Florida, Louisiana, and kind of stuff, like those swamp airboat things that they have down that way. But with the instead of a propeller on the back, the propeller is on the front, and it's also a weapon. It's crazy. It's crazy looking, and I know the guy who's building it is also like the team captain of Horizon, so he's obviously very busy this week and next week doing BattleBots, so he can't exactly finish building it. But that's also, you know, several weeks. It's actually exactly 1 month away. It's today is October 19th, so it's 1 month away. So that's going to be really exciting. It sounds like we might have several other members of different BattleBots teams. I definitely know we've got people from Horizon. We've got people from Jackpot. I believe a couple people from Malice are going to show up, and I think we're going to have a couple people from the new team. Is it a new team? I'm not sure. Of Triton. So that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be fun, and it will be live streamed. It will be live streamed over on the Sin Shop's Twitch channel. So links to all that are in the description of this vloggy vlog as I'm riding through traffic. Moving on to some other BS in life. That's believable stuff if you work retail. So last November, actually December is when I started. I got a job. Working for a printer company. I'm like, yay! You know, I have weekends off, and I have better pay, a reasonable schedule, and everything. And after a few months there, I got promoted to field technician. And again, I was like, yay, that's a pay raise. And that's actually getting me out of doing inventory control and getting me into a field that I actually enjoy, like doing technical stuff and mechanical stuff and fixing things. And you know, that's room for growth there. I worked this job for a couple years, get some real experience and know-how here. Then I can basically go to any other company and be like, well, here's what my experience level is. It's obvious I know how to fix things and work on things, and I can get a much better paying job down the road. And then the warehouse manager that we hired. Okay, so when I got hired on, a few months after I got hired on, the warehouse manager at the time, he retired. He'd been doing the job for years. He was done. He just wanted to retire. Now, don't blame him. And then they hired a new guy. New guy's great. His name, he was pretty good at what he was doing. He could have done better, but with what he was working with, he was doing what he could. And last week, 2 weeks ago, I guess he got a job offer for somewhere else. I believe it's more in the field of what he's going to school for, and it's more money and it's less stress and stuff. So he took it. Again, don't blame him. If someone offered me a better paying job, I'm going to jump at it, as long as it's Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I am done working weekends. I will never work weekends ever again. Just the thought of working weekends triggers some anxiety. Anywho, so this Friday was supposed to be his last day, but he had enough PTO and sick time saved up that he took the last week off. So last Friday was his last day, and I kind of just came into work. I had a service call first thing in the morning, and then I get in the office and they're like, oh, by the way, you're the warehouse manager now. I'm temporary warehouse manager. They are looking to hire somebody new. They're hoping to get somebody in by the end of October and beginning of November. So hopefully I don't have to be warehouse manager for too long, except for I'm still going to have to work in the warehouse to teach the new warehouse manager how our warehouse works. It came with a pay raise, which I'm happy about, but I'm also not happy about the fact that I'm basically being stretched thin doing 3 people's jobs. And this car's had his turn signal on to try to get over, and he hasn't getting over. There we go, finally. I could go all the way over to the HOV lane. I don't... It's not much faster because of all the construction they have going on right now. The HOV lane's open to everybody, so it's just as slow. I would say the alternate route that I normally take is... I would say this route is faster than the alternate route that I take, because at least I'm not stopping, but it's just like I'm not getting out of second gear. Ugh! Just frustrating. Traffic is frustrating. Yeah, back to the work thing. So yeah, I've got the pay raise, hours and everything is still the same, but I'm just like, great, now I have to manage the warehouse temporarily, and I don't like doing it. That's not what I want to do. I want to get out of doing inventory, warehouse work and stuff. It is what it is. What else? We had Ren Fair last weekend, and no, not last weekend, the weekend before last. At Ren Fair, and like last weekend, I was talking about the Titanic takedown that I'm hosting. We went to the high school that this was last Saturday, and met with a bunch of the high school kids there. And this event is gonna kick some serious ass. I'm excited for it. I'm most excited to run future events, and the plan here is we run this event and we knock this one out of the ballpark, and we absolutely kick some ass, and we show the high school staff, the facilities, the faculty that run the facilities and everything, that yes, we have something that can grow. Right now we're only letting 16 teams in for this competition in November, but we easily have room for 32 teams and more. They even already are said, like, if this isn't a big enough space, we have other rooms in the school you guys can use. Like, you can use the whole cafeteria. And I was just like, oh, yes, please. Got a lot of high school kids that we were talking to on Saturday who are excited. I know a couple years ago, yeah, it was a couple months ago, because it was back in early spring. We held an event at Millennium Fandom Bar, which is my favorite bar. I love that bar. If you're ever in Vegas, go there. Not sponsored, but whatever. I'll give them a shout out because I love that bar. We ran an event there, and I talked to the owner. Owner, again, great, fantastic person. Love you, Alex. All that stuff. And he's like, oh, you don't want to get high school kids because they're just going to be rambunctious and blah. And I'm like, I see what he's saying. I get what he's saying, but I'm just trying to explain to him. It's like, no, you want to get those kids in because the kids are the future of the sport, I feel like this car's crowding me. The kids are the future of the sport. You want to get you want to get the high school kids in who eventually grow up to be the next BattleBots champions, And the skills that they're learning, because these kids go to the school and they learn robotics, they learn CADing, they learn 3D printing, manufacturing, and all that. And then we show they can go get a career out of that. They can make a real money-making job, as engineers, as people building cars like this in front of me, and and all kinds of cool stuff. But then you also show them it's like, it's not all boring number crunching and making a machine that can pick up, you know, a screw accurately a million times. You can go out and take these skills that you're learning in class right now and build a robot to break somebody else's robot and have a good old time. You can have some fun with what you're learning. Like, it's taking that idea of taking that idea of engineering and science and stuff, and not only applying it to a career. Oh, hello. Not only applying it to a career. I love how I could just go from talking about something to, whoa, almost car crash, to right back to it. Not only making a potential career, but you can have some fun with it. You can actually do something entertaining. And there's more to, you know, all kinds of cool stuff you can do. And I definitely get, like, the bar fights are fun because we all can get smashed as our robots get smashed. You know, some people having a little too much fun, drinking a little too much, and it wasn't me this time. But then the all ages events, then it makes it more open, because then you can have families come and hang out too. So the plan is, you know, run this event, and then maybe this year do another bar fight. You know, maybe if we can squeeze one in December. We'll see. We haven't actually made any plans like that yet. Just me thinking. Yeah, hopefully have a kick-ass event, and then we can turn around and next year, 2023, start running more. One of the ideas that I pitched was running our events opposite of Norwalk Havoc. If you're familiar with combat robots, you know Norwalk Havoc runs the event every 2 months. And, you know, obviously we don't want to conflict with them, so we would run an event on a month when they're not running, when Norwalk Havoc isn't running an event. We would love, as you know, some of the people I've talked to in Vegas Combat Robotics, which is kind of the blanket club, I guess you could call it, that is us. That is the combat community here in Vegas, robot combat community here in Vegas. Get around this RV at least. We've talked about, we want to become the Norwalk Havoc of the West Coast. We don't have the money that the folks over at Norwalk Havoc have right now, but we think that if we put on a good enough show and we play our cards right, then, you know, we can hopefully, you know, ideally, and this would be awesome, is if we could actually work with the Norwalk Havoc folks, like get some of those people to come out here for one of our events, which I think would be really cool to do. And we get some of the NHRL people to come out. And I don't just mean like the builders, I mean like if we could get some of the hosts to come out and help pawn, you know, whatever, I think that would be great. Would it happen this year or next year? Probably. That's a big bolt. Probably not. But, you know, wishful thinking. Dream big and all that. At some point we'll get through all this traffic. But yeah, we really want to grow the community out here for combat robotics and do bigger events. We want to eventually do a casino event. See if we can't find a casino that will let us rent out a convention center for a Saturday afternoon. You know, which I think would be great if we could do that and we could get a bunch of people from out of state to come, because then they could just book hotel rooms. We could work out some deal where it's like, all right, you know, people who are coming out for this event, we're gonna get a block and just rent out like one floor of a hotel or something like that. You know, standard convention stuff. we have a lot of big dreams, is what I'm saying, and we're really hopeful that we can pull them off. And I'm excited to be part of that community. And I think part of what's going to help, or part of what's going to happen here is, as I said earlier, like, I really want to be on a BattleBots team. I don't care where on the team, you know, I want to be there just for the experience, you know, just to have the fun, like, and get the exposure, kid, that kind of stuff. And I think doing this and running, you know, being part of the community and not just being a member going to events, but being an active, like, building the community type person. Like, I'm running events, I'm working with people to run events and that kind of stuff is really going to open a lot of doors for me to hopefully get onto a team for next season of BattleBots, if there's a season next season. You know, there's always that if. So I think our to-do list right now for the current event coming up in November is we have to repaint the arena. And I had one idea and I pitched it, and then Robert had another idea, and I was like, you know what, you're actually right, that is a good idea. It's like, so what, we're gonna get in there with wire brushes and make the thing all nice and shiny and then primer and paint it? And he's like, nah, we're just gonna paint over it. Because what he likes to do is just paint over the old design, and then through the course of the event, as we're damaging the box, you could see all the old paint coming up. So it's like, the last event we did was like video game 8-bit themed. So we painted I wasn't part of that group at the time. They painted the arena to be black with blue stripes to make it look like a Miss Pac-Man field. But as the night went on, we scratched off the blue and black paint and revealed the old green paint underneath. And I thought that was kind of a cool touch. And then, like, some areas you could see even red paint from, like, other times it was painted, and even the bare metal in some areas. So I think it'll be kind of cool if we repaint it and then we hit it up, beat it up and everything, and you see, like, the blue and the green coming through. Although at some point we probably will have to retire the arena because we'll have so much paint built up. Finally, we're out of the traffic and we can move with a little bit more speed. And that only took 20 minutes to get through that traffic. Somewhere along here, I've read this road so many times, there's a big bump. And I always hit it, and it always hurts my back when I hit it because I always forget exactly where it is. But it's like, in this lane, it's right here. It's right there, I just passed it. It's like a blob of tar in the middle of the lane. I always hit it. Almost always hit it. I missed it this time. But I think that's going to do it for this video. I do know that my moto vlogs like this tend to not get as many views on my YouTube channel as my other videos. Like, I'll put out a riding video and it's like 25 views. Then I'll put out like a 3-hour Run 8 live stream and it's like 200 views. I'm like, how? I guess there's a couple people who like putting them on in the background. You know, like, I don't get it, but okay. So, there has been consideration for me making a second YouTube channel. Technically a third channel. I actually have a second channel, I just never upload to it. But there's been consideration making a third YouTube channel that is just my moto vlog videos like this. I have thought about it. I'm kind of still playing it by ear. like having my one channel that's a little bit of everything. Oh look, there's a train. I was like, what? Why is the building on the side of the road moving with me? Oh, because there's a train. And the SEMA subdivision that goes between Yermo, California, which is in Run 8, and Las Vegas, Nevada is right there. And then it becomes the Milford subdivision, which runs from Las Vegas, here in Las Vegas, all the way up through, I think it goes all the way to Salt Lake City. I'm not exactly sure if it goes all the way. I know it goes to Salt Lake City. I'm just not sure how far north the Milford subdivision goes. But yeah. At the freeway here, hope this minivan doesn't merge into my lane. And yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Hey, so thanks for watching. If I decide to start a second YouTube channel just for my moto vlogs, I will be posting a video with a link to that, and we'll kind of see where we go from there. I'm gonna try for next year, maybe doing once a month videos like this. We'll see. Anyways, this dude's playing on his phone. I was just scrolling through Spotify. And it's people like, are you playing his phone, but your phone was going off? I'm like, yes, my phone was going off because I was getting text messages. I haven't opened them. I haven't read them. It's just there. I put it right there because normally I have like my turn-by-turn directions up right there. And then sometimes I'll have like Spotify open so I can see what music I'm listening to. But I never mess with the texting and writing. And it always seems super sketch. Although if you do watch my live streams, which I have done a few live streams riding my motorcycle, I do usually have Twitch chat up right there, and I'll like, when I'm stopped at a light or something, I'll try and read it. But anyways, yeah, like I said, I'm meandering now, and that's gonna be it. I want to open my visor, but I've got the sun directly in my face. Can I pull further forward? I like stopping right here when this light's red because then I don't have the sun in my eyes, but the light's green. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.